Hello, and in this video, we're going to be talking about grow your list method number 3, product launches. The fastest way to grow a buyer's list is with a product launch. Probably the number one way to grow your list would be to launch your own product with JV partners. Now, this is not going to be an easy task. I'm going to say that right up front. Getting JV partners on board is probably going to be one of the hardest things that you have ever done. But once you do it, it is going to be so rewarding. And if you go for the big launch especially, you are going to be able to really enjoy a massive list of buyers. And there's also some other ways that we're going to be talking about through this, that to be able to grow your list through the product launch other than just the JV partners, but it's all capitalizing on the traffic that they send. We're going to get into this. We're going to be talking just a little bit about the product launch here very quick. That's not our main focus, so we're going to kind of get through that quickly because we want to get to the 4 different methods that I want to talk to you about on how to grow your list through your product launch. First of all, we need to find someone with a strong targeted list, and those are the JV partners that we're looking for. Not just anybody with a list. We want them to have a strong targeted list so that our offer that we have, our product that we've created, is going to make sense to our JV partners list that they have. That's always something you need to be thinking about while growing your list, is a strong targeted list. Somebody that is interested in what you have to say, someone that's interested in your products, that everything that you have is relevant to their needs. For their list, you give them profit. In some way you monetize them with commissions. So basically they're promoting their product out to your list and you're sharing the commissions. You make less profit, but you now have a list of qualified buyers, and a lot of people really are leery about their first product launch in giving away a lot of the commissions. One of the best things that you could probably do is to have a lower front end and give your JV partners 100% commission to really get them to push it. That gives them a big benefit to want to be pushing this product for you, and that's what you're looking for, because what your gain is going to be that list of qualified buyers that you can build a relationship with. Here's basically the launch process. First of all, it always comes down to researching your niche and to create the product. So you've got to research your niche. You need to be looking for the JV partners that line up with what you have, that have good lists. You need to know basically research that niche to find out the problems, to be able to create the product. We've been through this before. I'm not going to ever stop telling you, you need to be doing the research so you know what you have is exactly what your target audience needs. You need to put the systems in place. This is going to be your autoresponders, getting your websites created, getting your broadcasts set up, your follow-up emails set up, getting your affiliate programs all in place. So you have the systems all in place. Find the joint venture partners, and you should be doing this part of it all the way through the whole process, finding joint venture partners. And then you're going to pre-launch to seed the market. So basically, you're going to have a week, 2 weeks, whatever before this, building up to the launch, where you're going to be basically creating buzz, getting people to see that this product is ready to come out and the value of it, the benefits to them, getting them excited, ready to buy. The next is you're going to have JV partners that are going to launch your product at the exact date and time. This is the big launch day. This is those days where you see all those emails flood your inbox. They all seem to have the same subject line. They're all promoting the same product from every JV partner that that's out there. If you've seen them come into your inbox, this is what you're looking for. And then you're going to push JV partners with a contest to continue to promote for you and to continue to drive that traffic all the way through the launch, however you set it. Usually most people do about a week launch. Sometimes they'll go for 2 weeks, but usually it's about a week. A nice strong contest to really entice the JV partners to get on board and push. And it's going to be your responsibility to keep them motivated, keep them excited, reminding them to continue to push out to their list. And if you handle this and you do this properly, you're going to have a really nice list of strong targeted buyers. Now the big launch, just briefly, we're going to be talking about this for just a second. The creating and launching your product can be one of the most rewarding and challenging things that you can do. If executed correctly, the rewards and benefits can be massive. If unexecuted correctly, the letdown can be overwhelmingly devastating, and I think this is what happens to a lot of people. They just don't understand how to correctly do a product launch, and the letdown afterwards is devastating. They've heard how successful they can be. They heard how big of a list you can make, how much money you can make, and that doesn't happen because they didn't get the number of JV partners on board. Their product wasn't positioned right. Whatever it was that stopped it from going as big as it could have. The letdown is just not a good place to be in. Build your launch up into an event and make a story out of it. That's really important when we're doing a launch, is to create an event around it. People like events, so create an event, tell your story, because people like to hear stories. They relate to stories, and you're going to really connect with those that are really relating with who you are and your story. You need to catch people's attention and then give them a reason why. So once you have their attention, you've got to show them why they should jump on board. And this goes along with your JV partners as well as those you intend to buy your product, is you need to get their attention and then give them a reason why. Set a date and time when all of your JV partners will launch together with a big bang. And when executed correctly, like I said, the rewards and benefits can be massive. It's like one big sales page. Now think of your product launch as one big sales page. Every element of a sales page has purpose, it has timing, and it has one mission, and that is to very strategically lead you from that attention-grabbing headline when you show up to the page down to the buy button at the end. And every element of a sales page has a specific reason and a purpose for it, the timing of it, and it all leads to one thing. And that's going to be what you want for your product launch. A product launch needs to be exactly the same. Everything must have a purpose and a timing that starts out grabbing the market's attention, like the headline, and strategically leading them to the big launch, ready to look for the buy button. So, that's exact. If you start out looking at your product launch as like building a sales page, you're going to really come out ahead on this, because it's got to kind of have the same kind of format, grabbing their attention and leading them to the buy now button. Marketing psychology of the launch process. During a launch, there's a lot of marketing psychology that's going on. Some of this, if you don't have it, is going to be work against you, and but if you put this into place, this is what's really going to give you that big bang on launch day. You need to have that trust and recognition factor. That's probably one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't have starting out, but that's where your JV partners can come in play, because they've already got the trust and recognition factor. People trust them on the recommendations, so when they recommend your product on launch day, that's where the trust and recognition factor is coming in. You need to be working on that all the way through your launch process, and through that, building that buzz is working on, why they should trust you, and getting to recognize who you are before that launch day. You need real proof, and now this is kind of a hard one, especially if you've never had anything, if you've never done anything before, is to have real proof that what you have actually works. But you need to do your best. If not, you're going to have to build that as you get going. Maybe you do another launch down the road. If do a small one now, a little bit bigger one down after you get a little bit of proof. Social proof. Basically show them that everybody else out there is getting that, and you're going to build this during your buzz, your pre-launch, and even during the launch as you're telling JV partners. It's like, look, everybody's getting on board to promote this. So-and-so's in the lead in the contest. You're going to be talking to those that haven't bought yet, letting them know how many people are on board buying, how this product, the launch, is doing. Build that social proof. Scarcity. You need to have scarcity in it. Make sure that it's real scarcity. If you're going to limit something, make sure you have a reason to limit it. That's a lot of the times people do this week-long launch process, because in the end of the week, they're going to pull this off the market. That adds scarcity to it. Telling stories is probably one of the biggest things that is going to help you with your product launch, is telling your story and relating to those that are reading your sales page and listening to this launch process. Creating your irresistible product. Not only does the launch have to go well, but if you do not have a good product that is irresistible, that is not well targeted, that is not well positioned in the marketplace, it's not going to work for you. So what makes your product irresistible? First of all, does my product or service have relevance? Is the target market that is coming to buy this going to see that it's relevant to their needs? Can the prospect see that there is credibility in it? Is there true value? And that's what we're talking about, is the return of investment to the customer. When they see it, are they going to see that they're going to have a return of their investment? They want to see real value in this. Does the customer see a risk to them to the purchase? If so, they're not going to purchase. This is where you can do things like your guarantees, 30, 60-day guarantee or whatever, that get their money back to eliminate that risk to the customer. Is there a sense of urgency? Why should they buy now? Do I have a targeted audience and the right audience? And that's probably one of the most important parts of it when it comes to your audience seeing the relevancy, is making sure that you have a good targeted audience. Can the prospect or customer visualize the benefits? And this is going to be when you're creating your sales page. They need to be able to go through this, and they need to be able to visualize what the benefits are going to be to them. So you need to lay those benefits out as like painting a picture in their mind. All the way through this launch process, you need to be creating a picture that somebody can visualize as the benefits of having and owning your product. Does my offer seem too good to be true? There's a lot of offers out there, and in a way you're looking to make this offer seems really good, but be careful, because there's a fine line. If you don't have the rest of this stuff in place, it's going to just look like it's too good to be true. And that's where you see these big hypey products and stuff that they build all this hype, but when you're really looking at it, you really don't see the urgency. There's too much risk. Maybe it wasn't to the right target audience. It just really looks too good to be true. One of the things you need to be thinking about when creating your product is to complement and don't compete. And this is also going to help you get joint venture partners on board as well. Any competitor can turn into your best joint venture ally and strongest salesperson if you know what to do. We need to be looking at, when we're looking for joint venture partners, instead of creating products exactly like them, we need to look for products that are going to complement our JV partners packages. These are the guys that are going to get on board, because your product complements theirs. It doesn't compete against them. It'd be like probably this is probably a silly thing to be talking about, but it's like let's take Burger King. If they were to all of a sudden one day, let's try selling McDonald's hamburgers. What's going to happen is some people are going to come in and they're going to notice the difference in the hamburger, because it's not the flame broiled no more. But what happens if they decide they like that hamburger better than the one they're accustomed to? Then the Burger King's kind of in a fix there. That's just kind of a silly kind of analogy there, but if it'd be the same thing as your joint venture partner. It's like, why do they want to sell something like they already have, with the fear that maybe their customers would end up going over to your side. So look for building your product as something that is going to complement your JV partners and complement the marketplace, instead of really going head to head and competing. Your job is simply to find out how you can complement what they do rather than compete head to head with them. And that's going to come down to researching the market. Like I said, researching your competition, finding out what products they have already. First, see what the majority of people in your marketplace are selling, promoting, or offering. And if you'll notice, they're all doing virtually the same things. Some of them are going to have their own unique selling proposition if they're doing things right. But there's plenty of room for you to be able to complement instead of compete. Second, think about how you can help them and their customers get more of what they want. And it's to the benefit of that JV partner to be able to send things out to their list that are going to be of benefit to their customers and add value into their life. Because that customer is not going to turn and desert that person when they're adding true value. And if your product actually delivers that true value to their list, that is going to be something that they're going to see as a benefit to be able to promote your product. Third, wrap your product or service in a way that your new ally can not only make more money or more sales, but also make their customers even happier. So, make sure that that you wrap this all up in a nice way that is going to help help their customers and the JV partners. So maybe you have a good back-end marketing strategy afterwards where they can even make more money as they promote. Look for these different ways that you can complement what's out there already and really help and add value to your JV partners list already. We're going to talk about product positioning here because this is probably something that most people fail to do. They just create a product, but they forget to position it properly, because then it doesn't make any sense to the market out there already. First of all, you need to know the solution to the customer's problem. Without knowing that, it's going to be hard to basically start out anywheres. But as you notice at the bottom of the ladder down here, it says your product. This is going to be your entry-level products. Your job is to control as much of this ladder here as possible as your customer climbs to the solution of their problem. Here's your customer climbing your ladder, and in between this, you're going to fill this with more of your products. This is all your back-end marketing strategy and affiliate products well positioned in there. You basically need to fill and control this gap all the way through. And every rung of that ladder that you can control, you're going to be in a better position. But you need to learn how to position each product perfectly on that ladder that makes sense to that customer to make that next step up that ladder. And this is where affiliate marketing comes in, and a lot of people miss it. They just start promoting everything that's out there and stuff. Look for affiliate products that line up with what you do and are going to make sense to that next customer to want to take that next step. You don't have to create all the products to fill that position on that ladder. You can look for affiliate products. So when you know what that next step is, if you don't want to create it, look for an affiliate product that is going to fill that rung on that ladder. Invest monetarily or with time in researching your market to make sure that your products are positioned properly. Know what's coming up and what they need next. Just because you know that that's what they need does not make it true that it's going to make sense to them. Find that narrow window in the mind of your prospect or customer in order to position your products and services effectively over a product or service of your competitors. Changing a mind is an extremely difficult task. You will find that it's much easier to work with and hook your product to what's already there. It's when you bring somebody in and you try to change their mind on something, you've been in arguments where you've been trying to change somebody's mind, and you know how difficult it is, to be able to change somebody's mind. And that's no different than somebody coming to your product page and seeing that product and saying, that don't seem like it's anything I need right now. It's going to be extremely difficult for you to change their mind and get them to realize that yes, it is. An example would be if somebody just bought your product, or they showed up to your page and your product was on mindset. Well, they're excited, ready to go and stuff. They really don't think that their mindset is all that bad right at the moment. So why would they buy a mindset product? That here coming up pretty soon after they get going through your product, they're discouraged or whatever. That the mindset's a problem. You can position that product a little bit better down the road, maybe, where it's going to make sense to them, where they can say, oh, you're right. That's exactly what's happening to me right now. So, what do you have for me at that point? And that's where you would slip in that product that makes sense to them. You may have the best product and know it's something that makes sense to you. You may even know the customer needs it, but if it doesn't make sense to the customer, they will not buy. So even though you know they need it, if it doesn't make sense to them right at that point, they're not going to buy it. All right, we're going to talk quickly about differentiation of your products. It's a marketing process that showcases the difference between products. Differentiation looks to make a product more attractive by contrasting its unique qualities with other competing products. This is your action designed to produce products or services that customers perceive as being different from your competition. Successful product differentiation leads to customers' preference for products and or services. Customers' preferences leads to premium prices paid for products and services as well. You need to be thinking about your product differentiation. What makes your product unique? What makes it stand out above your competitions? Why should they buy your product over the competition? And if you're doing something exactly like your competitors are already doing, first of all, they're not going to be inclined to promote it if they don't see the differentiation. And your customers are going to have a hard time of thinking, why should they leave who they already know, like, and trust to come over and buy something from you that's exactly like like they've already been getting. Many possible bases of differentiation. In fact, almost anything could be a base of differentiation, such as product features. So maybe you're adding new features to that, and of course that's not what you're going to be promoting. You're going to be promoting the benefits of those features. But if just adding different features to the product, different things that product can do over that the competitions can't. And the benefits, adding new benefits to it. Packaging, just the way that you package it. Instead of an ebook, maybe you took it and you turned it into a video course, and you packaged it in a different way to learn, or audio, or maybe all three. Maybe you packaged it as a physical product. New advertising, just a different way of advertising could differentiate your product, and the way that you promote it. Product differentiation may and usually leads to a competitive advantage. And like I said, if your JV partners can see that it's different from what they have and it complements what they're doing, this is going to be a better reason for them to jump on board, instead of something that's just trying to promote something that's exactly like something they already have. All right, we're going to be talking about building your list now with a product launch. This is kind of what we want to really get into in this video. We talked a little bit about the launch and how you need to position it, create that irresistible product, position it, and differentiate it with the marketplace. That's going to help you have a more successful launch, so that these methods of list building here that we're going to be talking about will actually work. And that's why we kind of wanted to cover that part of it first. But 4 ways to build your list through product launches. Now, there's probably several other ways that you could build your list, but these are going to be the 4 main ones that you're going to be working toward during your product launch. One is going to be your pre-notification list. One is going to be your buyers list. One is going to be a freebie seekers list. And the other one is a JV partner list. And we're going to get into talking about these 4 different ways to build your list with your product launch. First is the pre-notification list. This is a list of potential customers. They have not bought anything yet. This is just getting people basically to raise up their hands early and say, yes, I'm interested in what you have. Keep me informed of what's going on. I want early access to your product. You're going to create a sublist of people that are more likely to buy. You can send specific messages to these people and make them feel like they are elite. So basically, once you get them on your list, you can begin to send messages, have messages already set up that are going to make them feel special. They're going to be feel more elite over everybody else out there. They're getting early access. They're going to be the first to see it before it even goes live to the public. So basically, they're going to be the first to know that the sales page is live, have the first opportunity to get in on your limited offer. People like to feel that they're being treated special and getting something others are not. This is going to be your pre-notification or your early sign-up list, so that during that week maybe you're sending out some really good content that your JVs are sending out to their list, saying, hey, I've got this free offer for you. Go sign up, and it's going to get you on this guy's pre-notification list, where you're going to be the very first to be able to get this product. Start building relationships. Once they get on your list, you need to start building relationships with them, getting them to know you, like you, and trust you. Now, remember, they're coming from the recommendation of the product owner at this time when they signed up to your list. It's your job now to start building that relationship leading up to the launch. Pre-sell your offer. This is an excellent time for you to start pre-selling your offer, and you're going to do this through your follow-up messages that you have set up for this specific list, where you're talking about all the benefits of the product that they're about to get, without revealing too much. But you're going to be always talking about getting your that person on that list to really see that this is something that is going to benefit them in a big way. Now, understand that not all of them are going to buy. But the thing of it is that you have them on your list now, and it offers you a chance down the road, even after the launch, to be able to put that offer in front of them again, or to at least be selling them different products that maybe that they feel is something that's going to benefit them. But at least you have them on the list, and now, like we've said before, you're in control of the message that goes out to them. You have an opportunity for follow-up after the launch. It's kind of what we were just talking about. Even if they don't buy, if they buy, you're going to be moving them to your customer list as a buyer. But even if they don't, you have an opportunity to continue to follow up with them after the launch. And that's the biggest benefit of list building, is you are now in control. They're on your list. You're in control of the messages and the timing of the messages that go out. Here's kind of the pre-notification list process. JV Partners sends email with a high value gift. So basically a nice gift for their buyers, getting them warmed up, seeding the market basically. They send them to a pre-notification or your squeeze page. They opt in. They're sent a thank you page. They confirm their email. Confirmation or download page is sent to them. Now they begin to follow up email series. Pre-sell and build relationships. You're seeding their mind. You're getting them to understand that your product is awesome. You're showing them more differentiations of your products. You're showing them all the benefits, and maybe doing a little bit of training on what your product is going to do for them. You could do webinars with them or whatever, just to really get them excited. It's your job to get this list excited about this launch, ready to buy. This is probably your hottest people right now that are going to buy your product, because you have them in your control where you can really start, getting them ready to hit that buy now button. A lot of times these people are going to be ones that are, if you do it right, they're just getting to that sales page and they're hitting the buy now without even reading. So now on the day of the launch, you're going to send them an early email saying it's live for you. And if you put people on a pre-notification, make sure that you follow through and you let them first, to your sales page. They go to the sales page and they buy your product. They go to the checkout. At this time, you're going to send them a one-time offer. And once they do that, if they buy that, they're going to get a thank you. Where do I send the product to? And once they do, they are sent to your buyers list, and then follow-up messages begin. So you kind of see the process here. Now, this could take several different directions. The one-time offer could be eliminated. I don't recommend it. You could have an upsell after that. You could have, if they choose not to, you could have a downsell. There's many different things that you could take place, but the thing of it is getting them to buy and getting them onto a buyer's list. Now, after your launch, you're going to want to change your pre-notification squeeze page, but you're also going to want to change this one time before that. Pre-notification squeeze page will still get traffic long after the launch, because your JV Partners have sent out lists with that URL to this squeeze page and stuff. So people are going to come a week later, 2 weeks down the road, even months down the road, they find that email and they're going to click on it, find out what's at that end of that, basically that link. So they're going to click on it. So you still have traffic coming there. You want to take advantage of that. When the launch goes live, you want to change your pre-notification page into the sales page. So basically, that when people hit that, during the launch process, that they're not going to the squeeze page anymore, that they're hitting the sales page. So when the launch goes live, you change that pre-notification squeeze page to the sales page. So now when they hit it, they're going directly to the sales page to buy. After your launch is over, change the pre-notification squeeze page over to a free offer. So basically it goes back to the squeeze page, only you rewrite it a little bit so that it's just giving them a nice free offer to get them to opt in, to get them on your list, or to notify them the next time you go live with the offer. And here's kind of what I'm talking about. As you can see, here we've got our pre-notification. This isn't the best content, but basically it gives you an idea of what we're talking about. It says, thank you, sign up below to receive your free promised gift and to be given early access on the launch day to grab this amazing offer and the fast action bonus offers before anyone else. So you've told them what the fast action bonuses are going to be, so they're all excited, ready to go. They're signed up, wanting early access to the launch. Now, after the launch, this is going to turn to the sales page on launch day, but after the launch, just basically you're just changing some wording on this, and you're gonna, your opt-in box is gonna go to maybe a different list here where it's going to be offering a different product, have a different product download page. But what you want to do is say, sorry, but this launch is over. I will be opening it up back up soon. Sign up below to be the first to know when it is live again. And this is if you're going to open it up live. If you're not going to open up live again, you'll want to do something completely different here. But this kind of tells you, a little bit one way that you can do this. And it says, I also have a free gift for you just for stopping by today. Enjoy. And then you're going to tell them the benefits. You'll tell them what your gift is here. Get them to sign up below. And you want to make this of high value so that they're going to opt in, even if they're not excited about showing, waiting, getting on your list. Because a lot of people aren't going to just choose to get on this list in hopes that you open it up for them. So make sure that this is a high value, that it gives them a reason, list of benefits, gives them a reason to sign up for it. So when somebody clicks on that old email or whatever, or they find it in the search engines or somewheres, that they still have the opportunity to get on your list. All right, creating a buyer's list, capturing list of qualified buyers that buy your product from the product launch. This is coming from JV traffic, is going to be the most, from the recommendation, from the emails they're sending out to their list. Natural traffic that is find it in the search engines when they're find your sales page just for searching for your product. You've built this buzz and hype there, people just start searching for it. And your own efforts, maybe talking about in the forums or your social media or to your own list if you have it. There's different ways that this traffic is going to be coming. But your buyer's list is basically going to be those people that are interested in what you have and they buy the product on that day. Segregate to a buyer's list. You don't want them on a freebie list. You want to treat them as buyers. These are your elite customers now. So segregate them to a buyer's list. Add a follow-up series to get them to buy more. You're building relationships with them and getting them to buy more from you, because once somebody buys from you, you have that opportunity to sell to them over and over and over again. Building those proper relationships, adding value to their life, getting them to know you, like you, and trust you is the reason you put this follow-up series in there, building the relationships and getting them to buy. So here's the buyer's list process. Basically, the traffic that we were talking about coming from JV partners, your own efforts, natural traffic from the search engines. They go to the sales page, they click the buy now, checkout, make sure that they always go to the checkout first when they buy here before adding anything else to it. You want their money here, because if you add anything else, it might irritate them and they might choose not to buy anything. So get them checked out, send them to a one-time offer, get them checked out, send them to a thank you page. Where do I send your product? Because you want them on a buyer's list now. They confirm their email. They go to the confirmation or the download page, and then they begin receiving the follow-up email series that you have in place. We've talked about the follow-up email series and the advantages of that. But basically, this is going to allow you to continue that relationship and to get them to buy from you over and over again. And that's the buyer's list process. It's basically just collecting those buyers, those that buy on the launch day. They come to your sales page and buy your product. There's also what we're going to be focusing in on, a freebie list from JV Traffic. Your JV partners, if you do this right, are sending you massive amounts of traffic. All of these people are not going to buy, but this would be like, the analogy I can use here is like if you had a lot of traffic coming to your blog and you had no way to capture their name and email. They're coming to your blog, maybe they're getting some great content, seeing some good stuff, and then they just leave your page and never show up again. You need to capitalize on all of this traffic that your JV partners are sending to you right now. Capturing the name and emails of those that did not buy your offer is going to be something you need to do. You can use a pop-up or an exit pop script on your sales page. You've all seen them before where you showed up to a sales page. I don't recommend the pop-up so much. That's kind of irritating to people, but you definitely want to do some kind of an exit pop script. But using that pop-up, you've seen it where you're going through the sales page, and all of a sudden you've got this thing that pops up in front of your slides down or slides in or whatever that says, hey, how about a free gift? Right now for just showing up to my sales page, you opt in. Sometimes that is distracting, you decide to take the free gift, and yes, you're on that person's list, but you'd never really end up buying. I like to go with the exit pop script myself. Adding an opt-in form at the bottom of the sales page is another good way to do this, and we'll show you some examples here in a second. This gives you an opportunity for follow-up email series where you once again are in control of at least getting the message out to them. You can do more pre-selling on that offer. For during that week of your launch, let's say they get on there at the beginning during that whole week, you could have some follow-up messages that are going to hopefully helps pre-sell that and get them back to that sales page to buy, or later on down the road get that offer in front of them again. Now here's what we're talking about. Let's say this is your sales page. Here's your headline and stuff, and in between here it's going to have all of this copy, your sales page, the buy now button. At the bottom of it, if they get all the way to the bottom and they still have not bought, they're thinking about just leaving. At the very bottom of your sales page, you could have here where it says timeout. You read this entire page. The least I can do is give you a $197 reward or whatever value it. And you go through list of benefits and get them to at least sign up for a free product to get them, so at least to take advantage of the traffic that's coming there. So you got your sales page and they choose not to buy, but you at least catching them. Now, sometimes they might not, take it on this, and you can have both of these installed here on the same sales page here. So if they decide not to, they click out and an exit pop shows up where it basically says, wait a minute, you could change this to a different one, a list, but it's like getting it back and it's like, look, you showed up. Let me at least give you this reward for just showing up today. I want to just thank you for at least taking the time to go through the sales page. And this is going to be one way or a couple ways that you can take advantage of that traffic that's showing up without just sending them away without getting their name and email. Because yes, they're on a freebie list, but it gives you a chance to do some pre-selling and to build that relationship with them that you would not have had if you just let them show up, not buy, and leave. Now here's where we were kind of talking about, this would be something like that. The pop-up or whatever, or the slide-in thing that comes in while you're on the sales page. You got the sales page in back of it, and all of a sudden this thing slides in. It's like, hey, how would you like this free gift for just showing up today? Great, collect the name and email, but sometimes it takes away from them actually buying. Better yet, you've probably seen this. This is kind of like we were just talking about with the pop or with the exit pop. This is just a different one. You've seen these before where you click away and the guy comes on, wait. Or lady or whatever, wait, before you go, click the cancel button below, so you click it to stay on their page to at least get the, this offer in front of them. Do whatever you can do to capitalize on the traffic that these JV partners are sending. Could be massive amounts of traffic showing up to your site during this launch, and you want to take advantage of it. Here's the freebie product launch list process, basically JV traffic, or your own, whatever traffic is, however it's getting to your sales page. They say no to the offer and leave the page. The exit pop says wait, offer them a free value. Make sure this is a lot of value, something that they feel is worth even taking this time to sign up for. They say yes, opt in, confirm their email, confirmation page, download page to get the free offer. And on that, you could also, from here, you could give them a special offer. Where maybe you give them a discount to get them to buy the product, or you send it to something that's maybe a downsell, to the product. So you could, instead of just getting the confirmation page and download page, you could also offer them a special offer, or you could offer the special offer on the download page. Anyways, they get to the follow-up series where it begins. Once they're on your list, you begin following up with them to build those relationships and sell to them, get them to turn into a buyer. And the last list we want to talk about is your JV partner list. This is a list of potential future JV partners. You're going to be working on this list all the way leading up to your launch and even into the launch, where you're getting JV partners to go to your JV blog or whatever you've got set up for them to basically get them to sign up to your list. So you've got access to your JV partners now. Keep JV partners informed of the product launch and the launch process, So basically, as you can see, you're talking on here, you're talking about getting JV updates when they sign in. This allows you to basically just send out a broadcast message to your JV partners during the launch, keeping them excited, keeping them informed of the launch process, instead of having to go to your email box and individually emailing each JV partner. It helps keep JV partners informed on the contest updates. It gives you a way to just basically send out emails and get them excited about the contest that's going on, getting them to push through a little bit harder than what they're doing throughout that week, really making it a competitive game for them. JV partners love competition. Most people do, but the object is to get them on your list so that you can basically start building a relationship with them. You got their contact information for other launches so that you can let them know of things that are coming up without having to go out and find JV partners again. You've already got them on a list now. And you can build ongoing JV relationships with your partners so that the next time, it's a little bit easier and you've got contact information without going through all the work of trying to figure out where they're all at again. After the launch, list building. After the launch continues, list building from ongoing traffic. Change the sales page over to a squeeze page. You're going to continue to get traffic to the sales page throughout it. But if you take this, if you're running a week-long launch, and at the end of the week you're shutting that product down, the sales page is no longer going to be live. But you're still going to get traffic that's showing up even long after this from the search engines. They're going to see this, they're going to find an old email, whatever it is, they're going to be still finding it and coming to check out the product. If you shut it down and there's nothing there for them to see, they just leave. But what if you have a squeeze page, just like, kind of after your pre-launch we were talking about, that says, sorry, but this launch is over. I'll be opening it back up soon. Sign up below to be the first to know when it's live again. I also have a free gift for you just for stopping by and enjoy. A gift of high value again. To get them, so once they show up here, at least you can have an opportunity to grab some of that traffic that's still showing up long after the launch. And that is a really good thing that a lot of people don't capitalize on. And you have to understand that there's going to be ongoing traffic that continues to show up from these launches. We want to quickly talk about another way to launch. A lot of people don't think, well, I got this product. I don't think I can do this big product launch, or I'm not able to get the JV partners. I don't have the credibility, the expertise that I need. One way you can do is just kind of a small product launch on your own where you launch it out there. And I'm going to show you a way that quickly we're going to talk about it. In the training, we're going to be talking a little bit more extensively on this method, but doing something like a WSO, a Warrior Special Offer, it's offers have made and continue to make small and large fortunes. People have used this section of the forum, Warriors Forum, to launch $20,000 a month businesses. It happens all the time. I've done them myself. Believe it or not, it's a fact. Treat it like gold because that is exactly what it can be for you. Basically, a Warrior Special Offer means the price you give must be better than the price that the public at large can get. So if you're going to do this, you're going to want to make sure that you're offering a special offer. That's what this says, special offer, and that's what they mean. It's got to be something better than what the rest of the market. So let's say that even that your product launch wasn't successful. You're not going to want to really lower the price, but maybe you can add some more value to it and then use it as a WSO and launch it to the Warrior Room because this is a great place to really make a lot of cash. For success, find a WSO that looks like it went well and use that as your model for yours. So if you're not sure how to set one up, go to the Warrior Special Offer section and check out some of the offers. And the way that you tell if it's really being successful is look at the comments that are coming in. A lot of them are going to be saying, great product, great, this is amazing value. These are the ones that are really doing successful. And look, don't go for the ones that are saying, it's like, hey, we had problems with this, had problems with that, the value wasn't there. Look for good comments and a lot of them coming in because in the Warrior Room, they're really going to tell you if it's good, they're going to let you know. If it's bad, they're going to let you know. So find one that looks like it's successful and then you model your WSO after that. Give people interested in your offer as much info about your product as possible, as they will need to make a decision. This helps you, the buyer, and the moderators of the forum to be able to, know what's going on, and it's the information that you're delivering and stuff, so that they can help people if people turn to the moderators. Important, becoming a contributing member here before trying to post a WSO is something that's really important. People with 0 posts on the main board don't get approved for a WSO. So you're going to want to sign up in the Warrior Forum. Just go to warriorforum.com, sign up, and start posting, delivering value. Be a contributing member, adding value to the Warrior Forum before you ever try to do one of these. If you don't, you're not going to be successful. You're not even going to get approved. So go there and start commenting on people, saying, adding value to somebody else's life. I think it's like 30 posts that you're going to need before you can really start making a big difference in there. Basically, here it is. You're going to be looking for this section, the Warrior Special Offer. You're going to go through here and read all the rules that they have. They'll show you how to, the rules to read, how to pay for the threads and to bump your thread, because after a while it gets back to page 2, 3. After it gets past page 2, you can bump it back to the first page, so you get it back out of there. Now here's the secret of the Warrior Forum, and I want you to look at this. Warrior Forum Internet Marketing Forum statistics, the members, 288,631 at this current time. That's a lot of eyes that can be on your offer. And right now, when I took this screen capture, 2,937 were viewing Warrior Special Offers Forum, this part of the forum. That's almost 3,000 people that would be able to view your offer right then and there. And if it's a good one, this a higher percentage of these people are going to buy. And especially as you do more of these and they see that you offer real value, it gets to the point where pretty soon they're saying, I didn't even have to check out your offer. I just knew that it was something that I needed if you put it out. And that's what you're working for when we're talking about delivering value, is to get to the place where people just know what to expect from you. So the Warrior Forum can be a great place to do a product launch, to get testimonials. You can do this first, get some testimonials to build your credibility up, to really help you out, to lead up to a bigger product launch down the road. I want to thank you for joining on this training. Product launches using JV partners can be one of the most rewarding list building experiences that there is. Learn to do product launches successfully, and you will build an amazing list of buyers that you will be able to follow up with and build strong relationships with, and have them choosing you as the marketer of their choice and buying your products and affiliate product recommendations over and over again. It's basically time for you to take action. The product launch can be an amazing experience. You can create an amazing list with it, both buyers and free people looking for free offers or whatever, so that you can build relationships. Do this right, and this is really going to be something that's going to make you smile and a lot of money. Again, we talked about the Warrior offers. You can do something on a smaller scale if you're not ready for the big product launches yet. Make sure that you learn how to do product launches correctly and successfully before you even give it a try.